It's worth. Keep the receipt. Oh gosh, I was. Did you hear about Snoop Dogg? Changed religions. He's a Rastafarian now. Did you hear? Changed his name. He's Snoop Lion. Is it true Snoop Christ now? He's changed his name again. I don't know. I heard he's called himself Snoop. Rastafarianism is very interesting. It's a pretty new religion. It's only been around since like the 1930s. And one of the leaders of Rastafarianism, his name is Marcus Garvey, and he had some fraud convictions. And it makes sense when you think about it. You don't want your religion being run by a bunch of amateurs. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to you, Mormons. I'm talking to you, Scientology. Talking to you, Moonies. Well, that was tax evasion, but speaking of Scientologists, you got to give them a round of applause. Scientology, 6 years in a row, they beat Satanism for world's most sinister religion. So, yeah, even Rupert Murdoch came out. Rupert Murdoch said that Scientology was an evil, was a creepy, possibly evil cult. Put that on his Twitter, and you know what that means. Rupert Murdoch is going to buy Scientology. There's lots to be skeptical about in the world. It's not just religion, you got to look at everything. Like, any veterans here now? So we have any veterans? No military people? One? What branch are you in, buddy?
Navy.
Navy? Hey, you shocked at Jason, our closing comedian tonight, 4 years in the Gulf. He's a Gulf War veteran. And one of the things that people may not be aware of this, but veterans are aware of this, is the stolen valor thing. The Supreme Court just recently changed the law. They had punishments for people that pretended to wear certain medals or pretended to be soldiers, and they said it's unconstitutional. But it's a big problem, a lot of these fakers, and it happens all the time. I worked in a surplus store, and every time I meet a veteran and ask them what they did, they're always special forces, man. Everybody's a Navy SEAL. You'd think the military didn't have anybody working in commissaries, because nobody filing shit, they're all badasses. And it's just like, you know what it reminds me of? Past life regression. You know what I'm talking about? Anytime you talk to somebody who believes they were somebody in the past life, they were always some great warrior, Who were you in the past life? Oh, I was Napoleon, man. I was Napoleon. I was Julius Caesar. I was William Tecumseh Sherman, I'm not a bigot. I was never a bigot. He was. And the women, they're all Joan of Arc. So it's like multiple personalities. That bitch had like 5 million people in this place. Never do you see somebody go spend their hard-earned money. They go, I'm going to go find out who I was in a past life. They go spend their money. They come out after their hour and a half. So when they say, man, who were you in a past life? Who cares? Let's go get some wings, man. Let's get. What they say, man, who were you in a past life? It's not about who you were. It's about who you are, right? Come on, let's go. Let's see who's playing the big game. Come on, dude. You spent all the money. Who were you in a past life? I was a rapist in 1850s London. I raped a lot of women. I was a rapist. Let's go get those wings, guys. Nobody ever fesses up. And you think everybody, because you're coming back, right? You're not learning anything. You're not anybody noble. You didn't do anything right. I met this one guy in Santa Monica. I asked him what he did for a living. The guy was a psychiatrist for dogs. Seriously, what kind of mental problems can a dog possibly have? How does this work? Please, come in, sit on the couch. Sit on the couch. So, tell me about your bitch. I don't know, Doc, I just don't care anymore. I don't even enjoy licking my balls. Mailman comes, he puts his shit in the box. I don't care, man. Put it in there. I don't care. Been looking at the cat. You want to fuck that cat. Dog psychiatry. I should have been a homeopathic guy, selling that homeopathic. I have a faucet. Here's something that surprises me that skeptics aren't up in arms about, because we're all rational thinkers. We all look at the math. The TSA. How come we're not fucking outraged at the waste of our fucking billions of dollars on the TSA? How many terrorists did they caught? Anybody know? How many? Zero is correct.
Underwear bomber.
Underwear bomber was caught by passengers, sir. The shoe guy, caught by passengers. Yeah. The plane that was supposed to crash in the White House, stopped by passengers, okay? We are the safety. We don't need fucking billions of dollars. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. I go, there's like a toddler's getting felt up. I'm like, don't look at me, it's not my kid, it's your kid. Well, what are you going to do? It's crazy. They claimed they caught a terrorist, but it turned out it was just a Cobra Commander action figure they took from a kid. They seized a meth lab, turned out it was an easy bake oven. Did you know TSA sponsors a Little League team? The Bad News Pedo Bears? We got LAPD out there, man. I'm skeptical anytime the cops point out that you got to be very rational around the police over there. They just got their 00 status. They got their license to kill, LAPD. You think it's good news, but the union's upset because after they shoot somebody, it's right back to work, you know. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. Didn't you guys have a cop out here beat somebody up in the street? They caught him on video. They caught him on the 911 recording, Scottsdale or something like that. They fired another cop. Possession of empathy. Like, I'll be honest, people. I hate people. I hate human beings. I have a sick, black heart, cold, no love, but I'm not a racist. Can I still be a cop? Is that still I like to pick on the cops. You know what I'm skeptical about? I'm skeptical about modern art. Like, I love museums. I love to go to museums. And even if it's a piece of art that I wouldn't own personally, I can appreciate the time and the effort, the mastery that went into creating something. But I don't get that feeling when I see modern art. Okay, I feel fucking insulted. Like, wow, you've got a white canvas on a hexagonal frame and that's it. I just paid money to see this. I'm struggling to come across the country trying to come up with intelligent material, like quirky, unique things, and this guy's getting paid money for that. What if there was a modern art comedian? Can you imagine how fucking insulting that would be if I came out here and treated you like it's fucking modern art? Sure, let's maybe go a little something like this. Good evening. Joke. Punchline. Knock knock. Futility. Slapstick. Feel ripped off. You know, I guess the things about religion that's weird to me, like whether it's Christianity or whether it's the Muslim religion, is just how certain groups get subjugated. You know, like I was watching CNN and there's a woman on there and she's got the thing covering her whole face, just a little eye slit. She's got the ninja mask and everything. And hers was different. I'd never seen this before, but she's got a little piece of cloth that comes down and covers her nose ridge, like separates the eyes. I'd never seen that. And I'm like, well, yeah, you want to cover that whorish nose ridge. Like, of course. And I started reading about it. I thought it was a burqa, but that's actually not a burqa. That's called the niqab. Different Muslim countries disagree on just how much you subjugate a woman. So it's kind of interesting. It's not unlike our country. Yeah, but the burqa is the full beehive, beekeeper thing. It looks like they're cleaning up radiation at Fukushima. You don't see anything underneath. The niqab, you can wet them, see their eyes. And the newscaster lady, she had a lot of makeup on, and I'm like, fucking whore, look at her. So they allow them to show their eyes. And then other countries are a little more modern, more liberal. They have a chador, and that's a full face. The woman can expose her entire face with the chador. And I imagine that they probably had debates about it in their country, like, any civilized government like our country. They can win, a little something like this. I want to thank the gentleman from Medina for ceding his time. That's my Arabic accent. It's fucking dead on. Now, I don't know how you do things in Mecca or Medina, but where I come from, we are a modest people. And no woman of modesty would allow herself to choose what can be put on top of her body. That is a decision that must be made by men. This is a slippery slope. What's next? An elbow? A shoulder? A woman exposing her ankle? Will allow a woman to keep her clitoris? Ladies and gentlemen, this can only lead to pleasure. And I, for one, have never or never will pleasure a woman. Now I have to go beat my wife. I understand she's been driving a car. Thank you very much. Saw this recently, one of those snake churches out west in Virginia. One of the preachers got bit by a snake and died, you know. What's interesting about this story is that when he was a young child, his father was also a preacher. And he got bit by a snake and died. And he watched it as a little boy. Now, where you see a tragedy, I see a solution. We should be mailing snakes to the Westboro Baptist people. Preach your Bible. They actually just changed the law in California. You cannot protest. And I don't know how I feel about this because First Amendment's a big issue as a performer. It's very important to me. So you're not allowed to picket the funerals because of these Westboro Baptist people. And it just occurred to me what that means is that Dick Cheney's going to be buried in California. Sooner, hopefully. The homophobia's got to go, man. I'm sick and tired of people using the Bible to justify. I saw this great thing being passed around the internet. It's like, you know, you're supposed to throw rocks and kill them, not ban them from getting married. You know, it's your rules. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You know, if you believe it or not. But what's very interesting to me about it is that, you know, when you look at the Bible, we know from the latest research that people that are homophobic tend to be gay themselves. And they just recently discovered, right, that Jesus may have had a wife. And I started putting two to two together, man. It all makes sense. Because he didn't ascend into heaven. Okay? He went out for a pack of smokes and never came back. Jesus was a closeted homosexual. And I'll make my case. What's with the Bible's obsession with people wearing clothing in mixed fabrics? Sounds pretty gay to me. Oh my God, cotton and polyester, please! Jesus hanging out having a dinner party with 12 dudes, whining about someone who betrayed him? Sounds pretty gay. I'm going to the palace, guys. Let me do some Pontius Pilates. Don't go, Jesus. You'll get nailed by Romans. Really? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Maurice. Ladies and gentlemen, your next comedian was voted by Entertainment Weekly as one of the 20